The second half of the 2026 INDYCAR season starts right here on one of America's oldest and greatest circuits, Road America. Welcome to our coverage on Fox, and we want to thank those of you tuning in after the World Cup, and especially those celebrating Spain's huge win.
Drivers, start your engines!
We have the green, we have racing at Road America, and Palou immediately moves to defend, and look at Armstrong up and on the inside of David Malukas, forcing the issue straight down on the run down into turn one, and Armstrong up to second, barges his way past Malukas, who runs wide along with Scott McLaughlin. One of the McLarens is off, and I think that is Christian Lundgaard, who has damage to his front wing.
And that's David Malukas falling another position back as Rosenqvist gets on the inside of turn three. I think that was Will Power dropping wheels on the exit there. That's going to hurt his momentum on this run down to 5. Huge opportunity. Malukas pulling back out to try to claim third back.
Deep on the brakes goes David Malukas, the young American, making it work on the Indy 500 winner, Felix Rosenqvist. Now Rosenqvist going to challenge back. They go side by side under the bridge.
Oh, and Rosenqvist very squirrely on exit there as he puts the power down, and McLaughlin will want to have a piece of him. That is the difficulty around this track. If you get a little wayward through a corner, you can lose not just one place, but potentially 4, 5, 6, especially on these opening laps as Santino Ferrucci and Christian Rasmussen do battle.
And all this battling behind allowing Alex Palou to steadily pull out a lead up front. And look at that outside move from Rinus VeeKay in the carousel on Lundgaard. We've seen him pull that move off before.
Saw him do that his rookie year. Very brave move once again from VeeKay.
And Colette isn't letting Ericsson go either. Colette in the Brazilian colors, the white, the blue, the green and the yellow. We ride on board with Ericsson now. You can't see his wing mirrors, but if you could, they would be full of the rookie's AJ Foyt racing car.
Up on the Delaware Life camera there, looking ahead at Scott McLaughlin. He got a great run off of 14. Colette, not as good a run. He's going to be under threat now from Palou Award.
If you are Marcus Armstrong and you are sitting second, you cannot let Alex Palou build up a gap. You cannot let him escape up the road. As Kiffin Simpson defends from the Dale Coyne racing car of Dennis Haugen.
No racetrack penalizes a challenge gone bad more than Road America, just like this. Kyle Kirkwood there in that blue and black car poked his nose in there. It didn't work, and now he's starting to lose the draft and maybe fall victim as we ride on board the nose cam thanks to Sam's Club here. You've got to be so careful and strategic about when you time your move, because the penalty for getting it wrong can be several positions.
And Kirkwood has only made one place up on that opening lap, and it's because of the damage to Christian Lundgaard. Look at him right in the middle of the track there, and he just runs into the back of Scott Dixon in the orange and blue Ganassi ahead of him. Here we are on board with him. Watch that front right.
Well, watch Scott Dixon move over to defend there in the brake zone, and Kevin, it looked like Christian Lundgaard was expecting more room.
And he also has damage. He's in the pit box right now, changing to a set of softs and also changing the front wing. He told me yesterday, we've been on the struggle bus, but today they figured it out, had a lot of confidence. Now he's going to need a caution soon to catch back up to the field, or a chance at a result has gone away.
Caution, he's going to need a miracle. Lap 2 of 55, and Rosenqvist still applies pressure to Malukas.
I'll tell you what's so impressive about this, guys, is you notice the red sidewalls on those Firestones of Malukas. That's the soft compound, where Felix, you can see the sidewall there, sidewall of those tires, that's black. That's the hard compound. A little bit slower.
If we can get him, that's great. If not, we'll start saving some fuel, and D89 would buy us 1 lap.
A little bit slower in theory over a lap, but should last a little bit better over a stint distance. But you can see already the pace that you have on those hard tires.
But now it's all about the race itself. And we sit on board with Felix Rosenqvist, who for the first 6 laps of this race has been battling with David Malukas. And we remember just a few weeks ago at the Indianapolis 500, it was Malukas who led that last lap. And famously, this man, Felix Rosenqvist, who with one of the great final laps in Indy 500 history, took that victory away from David Malukas. And Malukas here defending like a man who has already had one of his greatest moments, or potential greatest moments of his career, taken from him. There's previous between these two, and Malukas not willing to give an inch to the man who denied him at the 110th running of the greatest spectacle in racing.
You can already hear Rosenqvist coming off the gas a little bit, starting to save a bit of fuel, just like he was instructed to by the pit wall. That's in an attempt to try to get that extra lap. It's so much harder to do here than at other racetracks because the lap is so long and has so much time at full throttle down these long straights. So you've got to work extra hard to hit the number to buy that bonus lap to try to do the overcut by staying out.
We do have Red Ford. You want a little help? We obviously want to stay in touch with Malukas there. Red Ford, if you think you can use it.
And see, this is another call from pit lane. Red 4. That'll be a switch on the steering wheel that'll put the engine into a different map, slightly leaner, help him save some fuel along with what he can do as a driver by lifting off the throttle before the brake zones.
Yeah, so let's explain that. This is a 55-lap race. Generally, under full green conditions, you're going to try to do it straight up in 3 pit stops. If you split those 55 laps into 4 stints with 3 stops, you might do 2 stints at 14 laps each, 1 at 13. Well, you need 3 at 14 laps each, 1 at 13 to make it. So you do the math. When do you want to burn fuel? If you overdo it, you end up short. And if you get behind on your fuel mileage, it is a long, long day here at Road America. So you have to be extra strategic as a driver and a team to figure out when and how do we want to burn that precious fuel to make this on just 3 pit stops.
Well, one guy we were looking at from the start, we talked about him carrying that injury, Joseph Newgarden, one last time out at St. Louis, is down 8 places to 23rd. Jack Harvey on pit lane, not the start that Newgarden was hoping for.
Absolutely not, Will. I did catch up with his engineer, Luke Mason, and kind of just asked what happened. And he said he got shuffled out of position with a little bit of contact, and then it just snowballed. I dived in deeper to see if there was any other issues that may have been impacting that start and maybe a little lack of speed, and he said, no, we're just working through everything again now.
Thank you, Jack. And an already difficult day for Joseph Newgarden became even harder. And Townsend and James, when we talk about the difficulties that Joseph is going through today, it's not just the pain, it's not just the injury he's having to contend with.
No, exactly right. We're going to take a look at our Dallara cutaway car to explain a little bit of what's happening inside the cockpit of the number 2 machine for Joseph Newgarden. You look inside the footbox of an Indy car, you've got 2 pedals, you've got 2 feet. Left foot slows you down, right foot has you going as fast as possible. And it's a lot of pressure you've got to put through that brake pedal. It's about 200 pounds of pressure, over 2,000 pounds that goes through the braking system, squeezes those discs and really lights up that rotor. But what happens when you're right foot braking is you have to get your left foot out of the way. You rest it on the dead pedal, basically just a platform, just a bracket that you can rest and brace that left leg on. Then on that straightaway, you're still using the right foot to go full throttle, but as you head into these big brake zones like turn 5, you come over to the other side and have to modulate the brake with the right foot. For a driver that's been racing their whole career left foot braking, making that transition over to right foot braking is so incredibly difficult. It's like a soccer player learning to kick with the other foot.
And for everybody at home,
Alex Palou leads Marcus Armstrong by almost 3.5 seconds. David Malukas hanging on to 3rd from the rapid Indy 500 winner Felix Rosenqvist. Ericsson 5th. McLaughlin is 6th. Collette can find no way through. Then it's the McLaren duo of O'Ward and Siegel. Scott Dixon rounds out the top 10.
You could just see the gap there. It's quite a big one back to Armstrong. But here's the thing, guys. We know that Palou tends to actually prefer the hard tire, but he is absolutely making that soft work. And we're coming up close to those pit windows, Kev. A couple different strategies these drivers can take.
What about this guy? We talk about Joseph Newgarden racing injured. Alexander Rossi too, with a right leg injury sustained in practice for the Indianapolis 500. He's up 6 places in the race today, the most of any driver out on track. A magnificent start for the ECR man.
Yeah, qualified a little bit stronger than what he started, but had a penalty, 6 grid spots for an unapproved engine change on the number 20 machine. So Rossi, another one of the drivers that came here and tested last week, but was not happy with his race car.
Here we go, here we go! Rosenqvist gets past Malukas finally on those hard tires.
I was watching David Malukas the last couple laps really struggle to hang on to his Verizon car. The back end on those soft tires just all over the place. His ability to just make the tires work where everyone else just seemingly can't. So how do you beat Alex Palou? It might come in this round of pit stops on the in-laps, the out-laps, as this battle between McLaughlin and Cal Collette continues to develop.
Very nearly got through. Collette starting to force the issue and goes around to try around the outside.
Yeah, it's a tough defense move there for McLaughlin. You see he's going drivers left into turn 5, bit of a drag race. Who's going to play chicken the best on the brakes here? And then Kaio tries to line him up. And here's the thing, McLaughlin goes a little bit delayed to the defense, but then cutting back in front here as Lively's taking another
lines him up again and slides it up the inside of Scott McLaughlin. That's been coming for a lap or two. Kaio Collette, but McLaughlin tries to get past and does get past again.
The over-under demonstrated in brilliant fashion, and look who is joining the party. The Mexican of Palou Award, who runs in 8th right now. His McLaren starting to come alive.
Paddow's really struggled for pace all weekend long. The McLaren's outside of Nolan Siegel, not really where you expect him to be, but Paddow's really seeming to come alive already.
Look at Cal Collette working the high side through the carousel. That's dangerous, though, because of all the spent rubber. Palou Award has a massive run if he can stay flat through the kink.
Great run, great run.
Oh, he's
moves
on the
to the
dirty
outside.
side.
Under braking, heavy braking for Canada corner. And Award gets that move done on the rookie. That is the benefit of experience and knowledge in this series.
And guys, that pass started in turn 5, executed in turn 12. That's what's so important at this racetrack.
And the leader pulls the pin. Alex Palou comes in with over 4 seconds of lead and will come down to Jack Harvey. Fascinating question now.
Issues here for Romain Grosjean.
Very slow out. And his teammate had to take avoiding action. Move around the outside, and the ECR car of Rasmussen takes advantage and gets past him too. Will Power on the move and pounces.
Dennis Hauger there in that Namo car had no choice but to avoid his teammate and swerve right into oncoming traffic. I thought that was going to be a little dicier. I'm glad everybody was able to avoid the madness.
Let's take a look here. You see that car in front just struggling to get going. A bit of an issue there for Romain Grosjean. And then, yeah, I mean, not really anywhere for Hauger to go. Straight onto the racing line. You're supposed to give priority to the car on track if you are exiting pit lane.
That's an emergency situation, though. However, if you are Christian Rasmussen and Will Power, that would have given them very big eyes in that moment.
Is to pit in now, and a wheel has come off Grosjean, and that's why he was slow coming out of pit lane. Must be a full course caution.
Full course caution is out, but crucially, those drivers got into the pit just in time. The likes of Rosenqvist, Siegel, Dixon, Ferrucci.
This is the reason that rear left not secured properly. You see the wheel nut flying to the right of your screen. The new soft tire following it. Grosjean was able to get running again and pedaled that thing all the way back to pit lane. Ready for Rosenqvist to take us back to green into the restart zone. Punches it now. Alex Palou behind him, then Ericsson and Armstrong, O'Ward and Siegel. That's your top 6. Rosenqvist, the only driver in the top 10 on the soft tire, and has to make them work early.
That soft tire should fire up a little bit quicker, and he got a nice launch off of 14. Looks like O'Ward.
Armstrong having to defend from O'Ward. Here comes Alexander Rossi taking a look at Graham Rahal. Fairly orderly. Little wiggle on exit though from Armstrong. That'll give Pato O'Ward a little sniff on the run down the hill.
Indeed it does. Pato O'Ward has used a ton of his push to pass so far, but maybe backs off a little bit there, decides this is not the right time for a lunge on Armstrong.
And remember, guys, push to pass active on the restarts there.
Rossi,
contact.
Contact between the two. And now we're side by side with Lundgaard and Kaio Collette.
These are all the cars at the back of the field that feel unlucky on that last pit exchange, including Cal Collette. His AJ Foyt team could not get fuel into his race car. These restarts are an opportunity for fast cars to go forward, but you have to be so careful. Lundgaard now in the carousel. He runs in 19th.
Grosjean 18th ahead of him, dragging that car back to pit lane. Such a play from Grosjean, who was able to get serviced and carry on. As Kirkwood has a look at his teammate Will Power ahead. Rahal now defending, both from Rossi and from Dennis Hauger. Oh, VK squirming around. And there's a replay from on board. Alexander Rossi's car moves up very late on the inside of Rahal.
Yeah, a bit of a last-minute lunge decision to go in there, and bouncing off of the 15. I mean, Rossi, remember, along with the foot injury, had a little bit of a hand injury from that accident in Indy as well. But Dennis Hauger's on pit road now.
Both of the top rookies have had problems. We saw what happened to Collette on the pit stop, and a tire was going down. So Firestone's to replace that tire going down for Dennis Hauger and back out, losing a lot of track position.
Interesting, his teammate Romain Grosjean stopped at exactly the same time. So both of them will fall to the rear of the field.
Looking out the back of the Goodhart Chevy here, a Stingray Rob, Mick Schumacher in the draft. Schumacher was having a look. They're side by side up ahead. There's Santino Ferrucci in the Homes for Our Troops car, side by side with Newgarden going up the hill. Ferrucci gets the position. Guys, I've seen Newgarden back out of some dicey situations already. I'm getting the sense he's just trying to nurse that injured foot and get home without any major contact today.
Well, you just don't have the confidence when you're in these wheel-to-wheel situations where you know you've got to be a little bit late on the brakes, a little bit specific on how you're rolling off to make the move happen. And if you're braking with a foot you're not used to braking with, it's going to make that much more difficult. And again, just taking the confidence out of the driver.
Christian Rasmussen, the second biggest mover, 2 spots ahead of Rossi, equally frustrated this morning as well. So he said we went back to the setup that we started the weekend with, which was bad, but not as bad as what we had today. We were trying something today, and it looks like it might have worked.
Kevin, is looking bad fast right now as Rasmussen, the salt in a sketch, had a huge moment on the last lap in the carousel, but he has not throttled back one bit, continues to chase Scott McLaughlin there. So Rasmussen and Rossi, a bounce back performance for this team that struggled so much during the month of May.
And Christian Lundgaard putting the move on Carl Kirkwood, coming down into that tight left-hander and has that position taken and has it done on the run up under the bridge. So Lundgaard fighting back from that first lap contact with Scott Dixon. He now sits 12th, just outside the top 10.
Keep on taking it. We're okay on fuel.
Alexander Rossi, the driver, ahead of him. And Rossi just a half a second behind Will Power. Rasmussen about a half a second behind Scott McLaughlin. Those gaps, though, are evident to the naked eye.
Yeah, and up front, Rosenqvist is doing a good job keeping Palou at bay. Still about a half-second gap there, but you see the NTT onboard here of Nolan Siegel.
What a day he's having. What a weekend he's having. Nolan Siegel has been the strongest of the 3 McLaren cars at most phases during this weekend, including qualifying. And the pace is for real. His teammate Palou Award just ahead.
Shaping up beautifully between Ericsson and Armstrong. Armstrong went aggressive. Ericsson went super defensive.
Yeah, right here up the hill into 6. Marcus on Marcus right now. Armstrong with seemingly the quicker car, but Ericsson, I like the aggression out of Marcus Ericsson here, James. This is a driver that had a really tough first season in Andretti last year. Just had a podium at St. Louis on the oval. He told us, I'm confident, I'm feeling comfortable.
Alex Palou, when we talk aggressive, is taking an aggressive strategy and is on pit lane from second place. Jack, you're standing by, waiting for the championship leader and the man from P2.
It's Felix Rosenqvist on the hot coals. He needs a wicked fast lap, and I think he should pit to cover. But wait a second. We are hearing a rare mistake from the number 10.
Pit lane speed limit violation for your championship leader, Alex Palou. That just blew this race wide open.
And the championship.
And all this is doing is costing Alex Palou even more lap time having to defend. He knows he's got to come through to drive through one of the longest pit lanes that we have in the IndyCar season.
He's on cold tires too, trying to find that temperature. But a big opportunity here for Rosenqvist and Meyershank Racing, who should come to pit lane right now to stay out of the danger zone. I'm looking out the window, though. And is Felix Rosenqvist coming in? No, he's going to take one more lap. a little bit risky, I feel.
Well, the thing at the moment is the play is no longer against Palou. The play for Rosenqvist is against Ericsson and O'Ward and Siegel behind as Grosjean slides back up the inside of Alex Palou. These two fighting it out on track.
Why do I get the sense nobody communicated to Grosjean that Palou's about to pit for a drive-through? Because if you just burn 5-10 seconds of your push to pass someone that you don't have to.
I'm not sure with Grosjean that would have made a difference, and Grosjean's coming in anyways along with Palou to serve that penalty. So how much time will Alex Palou lose here?
Ball comes in. Oh, and
that's
that
slow
is
on the front straight.
And that is slow.
Oh, if he doesn't get going quick, this could cause a yellow. That would close the pit lane.
For Felix Rosenqvist and frankly the top 3 cars, why did you risk it?
Unnecessary.
Why did you take the chance?
Once again, Palou and the 10 team on this lap. The car's slowing on the front straight right now.
Hit a bit early. Full course yellow, full course.
He's now sitting in a podium position and will be fighting for the win. Armstrong takes us back to green. Malukas runs with him, then it's Rossi and Power, Rahal and Simpson. That's your top 6. There's the green flag, and Malukas gunning for Armstrong. Rahal has to defend from Simpson. Schumacher, big lock-up, and almost into Grosjean ahead of him.
Nice save, though. Good ability to get off that brake pedal. Now Grosjean defending against Ericsson. Outside of 3 is a tough place to pull it off. Going to try the over-under.
Rosenqvist already through, and this is what we've been talking about from lap 1. If you have a mistake or a squirrely moment in one corner, it's not just one place you lose. It's 2, 3, 4, and look at how aggressive Palou is, taking a look at the back of Louis Armstrong. Somehow Alex Palou, from looking like he would be at the back of this field as Grosjean and Ericsson run wide, and Ericsson throws it all away.
You got to know who you're racing. There was a 0% chance Grosjean was going to let him hang it on the outside. This is just not what Marcus Ericsson needed, not what he should have done.
And this is what we talk about here every single corner at Road America, and there's damage to Marcus Ericsson. You can see he's left hand down the steering rack askew, as now Schumacher's not done, and oh boy, Felix Rosenqvist, you're out on those marbles. Be careful.
He's wide, he's wide, he's wide, he's wide, he's almost off. That's 1 place, that's 2 places, that's 3 places for Felix Rosenqvist.
It's not going to stop there, guys. Here goes Turwood.
They will have to pull into line. What a wild restart. Back to green, we're back to racing. Great restart from Armstrong over Malukas and Rossi. Power, though, a lovely jump. I tell you what, Graham Rahal's come to fight. Up on the inside of Will Power, Rossi defends, and Rahal will have to kick back in line.
And Alex Palou already up 1 spot, now in 7th position as you see push to pass remaining for the top 3. It's Alexander Rossi who has precious 33 seconds remaining.
On board with Rahal as Collette and Ericsson do battle, and let's not forget Ericsson picked up damage.
Issue here. Well, let me here. Dash 6, go to dash 6. Orange 6, orange 6.
Old radio there from Christian Rasmussen from a while ago as we go back to side-by-side action. Palou on his teammate, Kevin Simpson.
Simpson isn't ducking out, though. Simpson keeps track position.
Wonder what they might be telling Kevin Simpson about racing his teammate as Alex Palou desperately wants to get back to the front.
Palou pushing after Power, but it's Armstrong leading Malukas now by 1 3/4 seconds. Rossi hanging on still just under a second behind David Malukas. We have 18 to go, folks. This isn't over as Palou makes the move on Power and moves up to 6th. Power comes back at him. Tries to keep it side by side, tries to take that place back. Will do so. There's contact between the two, and maybe some front wing damage for Palou.
It looked light to the right front wing of Alex Palou. Hopefully no damage there, and he has a huge run right back on Power, and Power being very, very defensive.
Going on the outside of turn 5 doesn't always work, but Palou has enough of a late braking move. Can he slow it down? Yes, man, he is absolutely determined to clear the 26.
Wow. And Palou is in with the lead group. Rossi is in, Simpson is in, Palou is in, and Georgia is standing by, ready and waiting for the number 20 of Alexander Rossi. Is this a race-winning call?
Alexander Rossi leads this group that just came to pit lane. We have to remember he is injured, and he started this race 25th when he zoomed into pit lane. He was third. They're going to make their last pit stop of the day, put those Firestone hard tires on, fill it up with fuel to make it last until the end. Jack.
Alex Palou has also come in, G. This is a full fill of Shell 100% renewable fuel. A very rare mistake by Alex Palou, but cool, calm and collective is helping this damage limitation.
It was a slow stop from ECR. Rossi and Palou side by side. Palou will have the inside line. Rossi goes wide and is punted off.
He'd already lost the position to Kiffin Simpson, who he came in front of, and then there was the drag race off with Palou, but you saw the time, over 10 seconds.
In relation to Armstrong, in relation to Malukas, in relation to Rahal. Can he take this fight to them for the win? Look to the right. There's Armstrong. On your left is Lundgaard. He'll punch it now. Armstrong will get ahead, but Lundgaard should exit. Possibly second, possibly third. It is second, and the fight is on for the win.
Except David Malukas on hot tires here, and this will be a handful for Lundgaard as they head to turn 5. Malukas needs a great exit.
Way wide at turn 3 for Christian Lundgaard. Both drivers have about the same number of push to pass seconds remaining. It was 30 coming off of turn 3. He's in the grass.
Malukas is almost off. 2 wheels on the grass to force the issue and make his way through, but Lundgaard will have the better tires, the softer tires, the faster tires with 10 to go.
To block him, but he was not afraid. That Penske it's handling well on the grass.
Hey guys, meanwhile, Marcus Armstrong with a good 3-second lead here as we get another replay. Hey, this is his home track. He's saying, this is my grass. I can do what I want. David Malukas hanging it all out to run second on this strategy.
Rosenqvist, Dixon, Newgarden, O'Ward still need to stop one more time with 10 to go. So while they lead, they will have to drop back. It's Armstrong and Malukas, Lundgaard and Rahal. That's your top 4.
And this is the gap right here, is Armstrong to Malukas. That's what David Malukas needs to be working on right now, is in 9 laps. Is there any chance he can make up 3.5 seconds?
It's a big ask for the pace that we've seen out of the 66 and Marcus Armstrong.
So there goes Dixon and Rosenqvist in the pits right now for their final stop. That puts Newgarden to the front, but he will have to stop soon.
Yeah, today that was looking promising for Pato O'Ward in that first stint, coming unglued a little bit again. They're going to fall down into the bottom half.
And how amazing that we have just the one DNF today on this track with all of the action that we've seen, all the contact, the side-by-sides. Just that one car of Christian Rasmussen.
What a gritty drive.
Make the flag.
Gritty drive, sorry there, Will, from Joseph Newgarden, just days after surgery on that foot, hanging on here. You know he's got to be in massive pain. It's got to be a struggle in the cockpit, braking and throttle with just one foot. For the first time in his career, he checks his mirrors as that McLaren is still right there, ready to pounce.
These two old foes, Newgarden and O'Ward, it won't be for the win today. This, though, the battle which could be for the final podium places.
And Will, that number 15 at Graham Rahal once again with a savage drive here. If he can catch Lundgaard, who's the only guy on soft tires, if Lundgaard loses the soft tire pace and starts to fall apart a bit, Graham Rahal could be on for another podium finish this season.
And you think about it, he started back in 20th position. I spoke to Graham this morning. He said, hey, we're going to need a lot of luck today. This number 15 MSC machine not handling the way Graham's wanted. But guys, how many times do we talk about Graham Rahal on a Sunday just pulling a result out, throwing the car on his back and walking it up the grid, and he's getting it done.
Going from the rear of the field to the top step of the podium. This weekend, we celebrate with fireworks of a different kind. There's no place for racing like Mid-Ohio.
Let's go!
A track where rhythm matters and mistakes echo. The question heading into the weekend is simple. Will we see more fireworks on track or in the sky? This 4th of July weekend, history celebrates, speed decides.
It's America's 250th birthday weekend, and what better way to celebrate than with a celebration of speed, a festival of speed at the Honda Indy 200 at Mid-Ohio. Welcome to the NTT INDYCAR Series on Fox, and we are also your host broadcaster for the FIFA World Cup. This, the international field we have today in INDYCAR, stretching from Australasia to Europe to South America to North America and all the way here to Ohio with Graham Rahal, a local resident. Well, that is your field of 25 drivers from around the world for today's race. They represent 14 different nations, those the 8 drivers' countries still remaining in the FIFA World Cup. America, of course, but I have to say, I do think it's coming home. James Hinchcliffe has switched allegiances from Canada to England, as he's allowed to do with a dual passport. Townsend Bell with me, Will Buxton, for this afternoon's action, as a couple of drops of rain just started falling from the sky. And Townsend, when we talk about an international field, I know that you've got your eyes on one country and one country alone.
I do. Now, you've got Denmark and Mexico locking out the front row, but you might ask, where is the young American to root for? I present to you this, David Malukas. He has never won an IndyCar race in his career. He is second in the championship, the highest qualifying American, and his first season with Team Penske, he has been the star, easily outpacing his 2 much more experienced teammates. So today, if the magic can happen on America's birthday, watch the number 12 of David Malukas. He looks very good here.
And in order to do that, Hinch is going to have to contend with and conquer one of the most technical and physical circuits on the calendar.
That's just right. I mean, we've been watching these athletes playing soccer in the World Cup, but this is one of the biggest athletic challenges for an IndyCar driver right here at Mid-Ohio. It's a frantic racetrack, long, fast corners, not a lot of straights to take a break and take a breath, and then you throw in the heat that we've had this weekend. Drivers struggling to stay cold, struggling to stay cool, and I guess, guys, you can lose up to 10 pounds in the race this weekend just because it is so physical, it is so hot, it is a massive, massive challenge for these drivers.
83 degrees and cloudy at the moment, as I said, a couple of little drops of rain, but the man of the moment, the man on road courses, is the man who's taken pole. That man is Christian Lundgaard, and he's with Kevin.
Well, no one has been better this season on natural terrain road courses than Christian Lundgaard. Second, coulda, shoulda won. First, what have you guys figured out?
Well, I wouldn't tell you or anybody, right? But no, I mean, obviously, we figured something out that seems to work, and it seems to translate. Road America, I was very confused pretty much up until warm-up, so we made it work when it counted on race day, and obviously we've qualified on pole here, so we got to continue that.
It's awfully warm today. Not as hot as we thought, but it's still muggy, and this is a very physical track. How does that impact things?
Yeah, I mean, it's been warm all weekend. We ran the cool suit, didn't really seem to work. You know, at the end of the day, carrying that extra layer is just extra heat, right? So we chose not to run it today, but at the end of the day, it's just stay hydrated, stay as cool as you can, because once you're in the car, that's what you got. Obviously, a lot of preparation and training leading into it as well.
These athletes are getting ready to get after it. It has been a festive weekend, and I'm sure there's going to be more fun right now on the grid walk with Jack Harvey.
Thanks, Kevin. Big day of sports today. As you can see, I'm already repping my 3 Lions, but I'm going to talk to our current champion. Oh, and Connor Daly's here. Alex Palou, firstly, I'm not used to seeing you start here. This feels shocking. What do you think?
We're 8th. We're not like 28th, so...
That's just how good you are sometimes.
Thank you.
I want to talk about soccer. Spain, Portugal tomorrow.
Yeah.
Carrying some momentum. Are you going to set the tone for them this weekend?
I will try my best, yes. It didn't really work out. Where was it? Gateway, I think, that I said I was going to try and do what they were doing on the playground. But yeah, I'll try my best today. It's going to be a fun race, big strategies, and the 10 cars fast.
All right, thanks, champ. Good luck. We're going to go and talk to the offensive tackle for the Cleveland Browns, DeJuan Jones. We were talking just a little off air. I did not realize the level of fan you are of INDYCAR and our junior series. First question, favorite driver?
I have to go Graham. You know, he's from Columbus, and, you know, I went to Ohio State, so I have to say Graham Rahal, no doubt.
And you did tell me that you do some simulator racing, some iRacing. Who's your favorite livery in that one, maybe?
I do run your Jack Harvey livery on the Delara, so I love that. But, you know, I run that in the ovals and any chance I can get.
All right, buddy. Best of luck this season. Going to try and catch up with a couple more drivers. He's been accumulating nicknames. Chef Dave. Not totally sure who started this. We've been workshopping all the time. Chef Dave, are you cooking up a big victory for the United States against Belgium?
Oh, that's tomorrow, right? Yeah, maybe.
Don't pretend that this hasn't been big news that they're playing.
No, it's massive. They've been doing so good. You know, we'll see how it goes. I think they've been doing incredible. It's going to be a fantastic game. But yeah, we got a nice race ahead of us here. You know, Chef Dave, we're going to be trying to cook something up. We cook something up, maybe we cook a bunch of nothing, but we'll see. We're going to be trying our best, and hopefully we come out with a result.
All right, good luck, buddy. Chef Dave trying to cook up a win. We are trying to find Palou Award, and I really, really want to find Palou Award. Huge game today, England, Mexico. I don't see him. I think he's dodging me. Clearly he's scared. Our man Casey also in the production trailer scared. We have a bet. All England today. Stick around for the INDYCAR race.
Then an American who we celebrate, a future champion, a star of the now, Uncle Dave.
Howdy, I'm Uncle Dave, and I want you to celebrate America INDYCAR style. All right, first things first, let's go make some friends. Next, we take our games very seriously. All right, who's going? Oh, here we go. He's warmed up now. He's warmed up. Oh, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. All right, great job, guys. Let's go to the next one. USA, 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 USA. What's up, man? Let's go, LFG. All right, guys, that's golf carts. Let's go. We gotta fuel up, and I don't mean on the racetrack, but I mean properly fuel up. Hello, everybody. I heard we got some good food over here. Happy birthday, America.
Well, there's your man, David Malukas. Is today his day to take a first ever INDYCAR victory? It'd be fitting.
Christchurch, New Zealand.
Scott McLaughlin, Christchurch, New Zealand.
Scott Dixon, Auckland, New Zealand.
Santina Ferrucci, Woodbury, Connecticut.
Stingray Rob, Hayat, Idaho.
Romain Grosjean, Geneva, Switzerland.
Kevin Simpson, Cayman Islands. Louis Foster, Odium, England.
Alexander Rossi, Nevada City, California.
Mick Schumacher, Germany.
Nolan Siegel, Palo Alto, California.
Felix Rosenqvist, Värnamo, Sweden.
Graham Rahal, Columbus, Ohio.
Kyle Collet, São Paulo, Brazil.
Kyle Kirkwood, Jupiter, Florida.
Joseph Newgarden, Nashville, Tennessee.
Alex Palou, Barcelona, Spain.
Marcus Ericsson, Kumla, Sweden.
Rinus VK, Hoofddorp, the Netherlands.
Christian Rasmussen, Copenhagen, Denmark.
David Malukas, Chicago, Illinois.
Will Power, Toowoomba, Australia.
Pato Award, Monterrey, Mexico.
Christian Lundgaard, Hedensted, Denmark.
It's an all-McLaren front row. Christian Lundgaard will lead them away. Now down trackside for the most famous words in racing.
Here to give the command for the Honda Indy 200 at Mid-Ohio, presented by the 2027 CR-V Hybrid. From nearby Belleville, Ohio, is Brigadier General Darren Hamilton.
Drivers, start your engines.
Well, with the engines fired, time to take a look at the track preview, which is sponsored by Honda.
Special place here at Mid-Ohio. Such a beautiful natural terrain road course, and you fire off with authority. Turn one of the best in the world. Minimum speed 140 miles an hour as it rockets you uphill into this braking zone. Slam on the brakes, take all of that gravity assist of the uphill trajectory, over 4 Gs in the brake zone, and then down the long back straightaway, you hit 181 miles an hour, fastest point on the track, but now you're braking downhill into turn 4. You carve up and over turn 5s and 6. You're halfway home, James, but still so many challenges.
Through Thunder Valley here into turn 9. By this point in the lap, your neck is screaming at you for a bit of straight racetrack, but it's not coming. You come through one of the most impressive corners. Turn 10 really stresses the neck, really exposes the handling of the race car. You drop downhill into the carousel in turn 12, then a quick flick to the left for turn 13, flat out in these Indy cars. It's going to be so tough. It is a frantic lap around here.
Cars rolling. Boys, who've you got your eye on today in the race?
Give me David Malukas. I talked about it earlier, and I spoke to him just a couple hours ago about his relationship with Mid-Ohio. Driver of the number 12 Verizon cars, never won an IndyCar race, as we talked about earlier. He said this is the track that put him on the map of the big teams in the sport, namely Team Penske. He's got great history here.
And Hinch, what about you?
I'm looking all the way to the back of the grid. 22nd position is going to be Scott Dixon. This guy has won this race 7 times before, had that penalty in qualifying that put him back there, but he is so good here, and anytime there's a strategy game to be played, Dixon and the 9 crew can play it better than anyone.
I look at that back, guys. I look at the last 5 drivers in the field. Dennis Hauger finished 8th on the Indy road course from 24th. In 24th, starting today, Marcus Armstrong, who nearly won at Road America 2 weeks ago. Scott McLaughlin, we know, is fast. Scott Dixon, as you've said, Hinch, always fast. And Santino Ferrucci in 21st has 2 top 10s on road courses this year. But can you look any further than the pole man, Christian Lundgaard, who has won twice and been on the podium already this year on road courses? Down to pit lane and to Kevin Lee.
Well, in sports, one of the best abilities is availability. And it was a decade ago when Joseph Newgarden, 2 weeks after breaking a collarbone and a hand, soldiered through and put up big-time results. Now he's doing it again. A massive crash at the Indy 500, significant foot injuries, and he's still on crutches 6 weeks later, cannot use his left braking foot. Now, he won on an oval a few weeks ago at St. Louis, but a road course is a much bigger challenge to be able to get that done, and yet he is still putting up significant lap times and staying in contention. This is one of the reasons why Joseph Newgarden, along with that massive ability, got to 34 wins quicker than anyone other than Scott Dixon, Michael Andretti, and A.J. Foyt. He's going to try to do it again today. To Georgia Henneberry.
And Kevin, I have my eye on his teammate, Scott McLaughlin. They had to undergo a precautionary engine change today during the warm-up session. That engine's already sent off to Detroit to decide what was actually wrong with it. But what we do know is it is not the valve coating issue that's affected Chevys the last couple of races. The thing about Scott McLaughlin, he's starting now back in the 23rd position after that engine penalty, but he's won this race before. He won in 2022, so do not count Scott McLaughlin and the Thirsty 3 teams out. Jack.
Thanks, G. My driver today is Will Power. He also has won here at this track. This transition from Team Penske to Andretti started out a little bit rough. Pre-weekend, he was really happy as things are now starting to come together. He finished 3rd at Road America. He has 8 podiums at Mid-Ohio. No doubt he's in contention for the race win today.
As the 2026 Honda Civic Type R leads the field around this 2.25 mile circuit, how is it that we're this far into the show and we haven't yet mentioned the four-time champion, the championship leader, Alex Palou? Quite incredibly was on a 5-pole streak, looking for a 6th here. He didn't even make the final shootout of the Firestone Fast 6.
And as he said in the grid walk, it's not like he's back in the 20s. He's P8, you know, and the pace was there through the first 2 rounds of qualifying. Just something on that last lap in the second round wasn't enough to transfer, but it was by fractions.
He's been so dominant this season, but for all the other competitors, you look for the great ones to maybe trip up a bit. He had a trip up at Road America, the last race, a pit speed penalty. He had a trip up in qualifying, over pushing things in turn 1. There's been some small, unusual, un-Palou-like mistakes that have surfaced. It's an opportunity for the others to pounce right now.
And when you look at the championship standings, looking to pounce is David Malukas, who sits 2nd. Looking to pounce is Christian Lundgaard, who sits 4th. Lundgaard starts the day from the pole. Malukas starts the day from the 2nd row. This could be such an important weekend in the story of the 2026 INDYCAR Championship.
Remember, here in Mid-Ohio, so unique. We start the race down the back straight into turn 4, finish it on the front straight at the start-finish line. So when they come around, they'll line up out of turn 2, out of the keyhole to get that nice run down that long back straight. This guy here looking for a strong one.
And I know it looks like they're going awfully slow. They are, but the downside of that, of course, is temperature. The heat soak in the cockpit already is going to be so intense for the drivers. You're already going to start to really sweat before things even get going, James. And there's no worse moment than going slow on a hot day.
Because you're not getting the airflow. Ever since we added the aero screen, it really affected how much airflow was coming into the cockpit, obviously. And yes, high temperatures make it harder for the drivers. And as much as this is such a cliche, I hate to hear and I hate to say, it's not the heat, it's the humidity. When that humidity number comes up inside the cockpit of that race car, you just start baking. It is so hot.
And as the sweat drops down your brow into your eyes at the worst moment right here on the start, you want perfectly clear vision as they go 2 by 2. We're moments away, Will.
Pato O'Ward started 2nd on the Indy road course. He finished that day 18th. Needs a much better result today. He's 5th in the championship leading into this race. But it's his teammate Christian Lundgaard who will lead us away from the pole position. 2 McLarens side by side on the front row of the grid. Riding down the backstretch with Will Power and David Malukas alongside one another. We have the green flag. We have racing as Will Power is almost pushed over onto the grass. Lundgaard defends from his teammate who looks up the inside as they break down into the right-hander. And look at Rinus VeeKay already up into 4th place. A magnificent start from him.
Yeah, the Dutch driver being very precise and bold going to the outside. He picks up P4. Christian Rasmussen in 6th there with Will Power. Kyle Kirkwood in that blue and black car. Another American driver up to 9th.
Yeah, side by side heading into 9 there. And it was not a great start for Will Power. He got forced onto the grass a little bit there. Had to lift. Is now Kevin Simpson side by side with Rossi coming off a 9, and Dixon already making moves.
Sweden's Marcus Ericsson has lost a couple of places right from the off. That's allowed Palou to make up 2 spots. Kirkwood's gone with him. The 2 drivers at the lead of the championship as Dixon goes to make another move, looking fighty from the outset.
Yeah, Dixon treating Mid-Ohio like a short oval right there, a clean racetrack. Now McLaughlin trying to make it 3 wide. We're on board thanks to PNC with Scott Dixon.
And that's wide in front from Grosjean through turn 1 there. It's such a fast corner, but in these early laps, cold tires, full fuel, lots of dirty air, easy to get it wrong. You saw Dixon.
Excellent exit from Rinus VeeKay in the green and white Juncos Hollinger racing car. We'll have a look at David Malukas, but Malukas has enough to keep him at bay as Palou makes the move and gets past Christian Rasmussen.
That's Rossi now trying to get around. Is that Graham Rahal?
It is. Around the outside of the hill.
5, that's tough to do. Graham's going to open his hands up. He does, and now Kevin Simpson's trying to enter the conversation. Mick Schumacher now on his teammate Louis Foster, not able to make it stick.
Mick Schumacher in that black and red car. This is his best road course qualifying ever in his rookie season. He's starting to find his feet.
He's lost 3 places from the start, though, has Mick Schumacher. His slightly more experienced teammate making the best odds of the first couple laps here.
And just keep an eye on the color of these Firestone tires. You see the black sidewalls at Graham Rahal, the red sidewalls on Rossi behind. Of course, the red is the soft. It's going to give you more grip, especially in these early laps. But later in the stint, they tend to fall off a little bit more. So if you're starting on those softs, you want to make hay while the sun shines. You want to get some of that track position early.
I'm liking the look of Kyle Collette up one place, the rookie, to 10th from his 11th place starting position. Also, Nolan Siegel right in the battle with Joseph Newgarden. And now Kirkwood gets past Rasmussen as well. He goes with Alex Palou 1 lap later, so Palou up to 6th. Kirkwood now 7th, Rasmussen drops to 8th.
He was the fastest car in first practice. Kirkwood wants to put this fast car into the front here early. So hard to make positions later on in the stint as the tires wear. Kirkwood, again, like James said, on that soft compound, they are better in the beginning and then they wear faster. So you've got to make spots wherever you can with a chance.
So it's Lundgaard from onboard, the McLaren duo, no changes in position from the start. David Malukas hangs on to 3rd. Rinus VK is fine. Sorry, David Malukas up to 3rd from his starting place of 4th. Rinus VK up to 4th. Power drops to 5th. Palou and Kirkwood on the move from the start up to 6th and 7th. Rasmussen drops down to 8th. Ericsson drops down to 9th. And Collette is up to 10th.
Yeah, the rear of the car is not ideal. Okay, copy that. Use your tools to protect for it.
You heard that's from Christian Lundgaard. The car's not ideal. Use your tools. You got a couple things inside the cockpit of these Indy cars you can do to adjust the handling of the race car.
And here comes Kirkwood. Oh. Kirkwood on Palou around the outside in the braking zone. He'll have the inside line up the hill, almost wheel to wheel and touching. And Palou somehow hangs on. That is racy from Kyle Kirkwood, and you love to see it.
First and third in the championship. This has implications beyond just the race today. Kirkwood desperately wants to get around the 10.
They're both on the soft red tire, and Palou did a really good job of leaving just enough room for Kyle Kirkwood to avoid any forced contact between the two.
Fast and frantic in the opening laps. We're starting lap 5 here at Mid-Ohio, and Kirkwood is on the hunt.
And you see on the side of the pylon there, showing you which tires, obviously H for hard, S for soft. The top 3 with the...
Be careful on the overtake usage.
With the softer compound, or sorry, top 3 with the harder compound, able to hold back all the cars that started around them on the soft.
And it's another great exit from Kirkwood. Different line to Palou through turn 2.
But you heard Brian Herta, his strategist, say careful on the overtake usage. You get 200 seconds of push to pass or overtake, that little power boost to give you a little bit of extra oomph to make an overtake. Kirkwood has already burned 31 seconds.
Wow, that is a lot in just 5 laps. Here then a replay. Kirkwood late on the brakes, tries to go around the outside, which turns into the inside, and Palou just gives him enough room and has the racing space and the racing line.
Yeah, you'll watch on board here from Kyle Kirkwood, the Sam's Club car. Right here, Palou starts to turn in. I think Kirkwood thought, oh, is he going to close the door on me? But Palou is so smart to give just enough room, have Kirkwood second guess and be able to hold the position.
As things stand, Lundgaard moves within 51 points of Alex Palou as he leads this race. And guys, if you're watching at home and you haven't been with us this weekend, huge news. Scott Dixon will not return with Chip Ganassi Racing next year after 25 years with the team. It is expected that Scott Dixon will take our race leader's seat next year. That's right, Scott Dixon to move to McLaren. The Indy 500 winner Felix Rosenqvist will move with him and take the seat of Nolan Siegel. So 2 out of 3 seats potentially changing at McLaren. Who slides into this number 9 car? Wow, if you were a betting person, you might say Christian Lundgaard, but right now nothing is signed, nothing is decided, and so the man who started from pole, the man who leads this race, is fighting for his future in Mid-Ohio.
And as dark clouds form, Scott Dixon, who currently runs in 20th, would love nothing more than some rain, a curveball in this race to let Dixon and his Chip Ganassi team do what they do best, which is great strategy. Let's listen.
With the pressures up, is the rear any better now? Yeah, back to normal. Okay. Okay, just settle it. Work your fuel here. You're doing a good job. Pace is good right there.
Kyle Moore getting a checkup on the balance as the tire temperatures and pressures come up. Lundgaard back into his happy place, and you can see it. He's pulling away now from Palou Award. 1.5 seconds is the lead.
1.5 seconds for this man, Christian Lundgaard. He leads at Mid-Ohio from the pole. We'll be back.
That was an incredible performance.
His second victory on road courses this year. Should have won at Barber Motorsport Park earlier this year. Ultimately came home second after a McLaren pit stop blunder. One at the Indy road course. One having been last at the end of lap 1 2 weeks ago at Road America. Scott Dixon has come into pit on lap 8. Now, Kevin, Carl Kirkwood.
And this is where I thought the window for those on the softs would open around 9. We've already seen Dixon and Rossi come in. I think most of those on the softs are going to stop by 15. If you were thinking about a two-stopper, you likely started on the hard, so we might see someone try to stretch the fuel, but the windows are tight for two stops. You got to get to at least 29, essentially breaking up into the 30-lap segments, but it's wide open if you're doing a through-stopper. And what you really want to do is just find clean track. If you have a fast car like Kyle Kirkwood, get clear track in front of you, and you can turn fast laps.
The clear track advantage evident. Your race leader, Christian Lundgaard, on the harder, theoretically slower tyre, is and has been, all this race, the fastest man on circuit. He keeps pumping in the fastest laps of the race.
But there's always going to be a crossover point at which the softs start to lose that advantage and the hards become the tyre to be on, and we may have already reached that moment. It's hard to know because Lundgaard does have this sort of preferential situation of being out front and clear.
And this is not what Scott Dixon wanted. Right now, looks to be much quicker than Alexander Rossi.
overtake here. Use some overtake to close up.
Keep pushing as best you can, or close to cover and flow.
Pushing here. Hit this time, hit this time. Take one if you can. 6. Good line. Copy, gonna be clean in, nice and easy here, nice and easy, going up prime, no changes. 4, 3, 2, 1, pick, good on your mark. On your mark, watch Ernie. Watch Ernie. Go, 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 go. All clear right now. Good out left. Power on it. One car coming. That's a 27 car coming. 27 around you. That's a gap. I'm going to stay 27. Pink 2, overtake. And car is sitting right now towards ECR 85. Think that's going to be on a bigger number than you. W. 6 cars also saving.
Okay, we'll be close with flow at the exit.
That car is leaving the pit. Probably cleared you, but just let you know. Take 3 when you can. The 4 and 6 in front of you are both saving. Everyone's now stopped off of alternate. Off and out front of you. Room to move right now. We think remember about your full spare tires, whatever you need. Go ahead. Wait. Let's try to be LP88 or better if we can. No pressure, you got room. Dixon did get McLaughlin, but he's about 15 back. White 4, orange 6, 2 1. Scott are equal on OT, as is Nolan. Colette's got more in front of him. Still 10 to 12, lots of room here. Doing good. There's 11 cars that still haven't pitted, so it's important we just keep pushing. If you can stay at 80 like you just did there, it'll help us in the remaining 10. So if you can do that, it'll give us more later. But if it's costing too much, it's up to you. He closes up a lot entering the carousel. FYI. Six. Seven. I think one a little better. That's a better lap. Good job. Keep working on that. Tires should get better as you go based on other guys on primary. Okay. 7. The leaders on prime are doing 6.7 zeros now. Looks like prime's pulled up really well. How's the car now on black? Yeah, very good on black. Definitely quicker than the two guys in front. If you can gain some pace by running ECR 88, we can take the fuel on the next 10. You guys are on off. Copy.
10. We're going to black. Traffic. Okay. 5, 4, forward. While you play here, act push T on your outlap. Go, go, go. Green, green, green. Push hard, both tires. 2 by us now. Line in front, concentrate right on the board. 3, 2, 1, put on the brake.
Overtake for lap time here. Guys racing. Be racing guys out. London with the 2. Some overtake.
Go, 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 go,
2.
Go, go, go. Go, 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 go. On your right, on your right. Full overtake, level 3.
Clear by 5, clear. 2 back, clear. Good. We're wide open. Going to try. Make things happen here. 3, 2, 1. They're out here. We're just going into 1 now.
lot of clean air. Settle back in.
About 6 back right now. Track might be getting racier. It's gone up 5 degrees. Doing good. Keep the pressure on him. Take care of that left front. Take care of the left front. Okay. Seven back. You're doing a good job. Palou is 4 seconds back, power 6.8. Sorry, made a mistake. Copy. 3 seconds behind you. This is 2 car. got to pit this time, so you go pink 3, and this time pink 3, and this time OT for that. Time out, safety OT. Copy, pit. We'll get one turn in front wing. Copy.
Yo, if we pit now, you have to run the fuel screen to the end. You think you can do that with the state?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna pit now, pit.
A push here, Kyle. Couple laps. Go ahead, wing. Go ahead, wing. Hey, copy that.
Okay, first up, frog, wide open box behind and in front, right on the mark.
Copy, open easy in. First one to us. 3, 2, 1. On the marks, hold the brakes.
Brake.
Do pink 3 for that lap, then I'll just run a number. Clear high, clear high.
Okay, big out lap, level 3. We'll give you updated on the field number here.
Clear, all clear. Stop.
just not for sure. We're going to red for the next one, and that'll help here. We're doing short spin on those. Are behind the lap down and closer. wide open here. 3, 2, 1. Going to red tires here. Good help. Near the front, track is clear. Absolutely. Hard. Just going to 1,000 outside. Track straight front. Look red from Palou up front lane. Close with 7, 6 months. One more after this. 5, 4, 3, on board. We good? Go, go, go. One more by us, 0.7. Half after 1-1. 1-1, let's up, turn 1.
going. All clear. I'm coming out with you. Hard to go here. Have to do what you can. Good overtake here for this lap. We're going to black. We're going to front lane. Our last stop, push on exit. 5, 4, onboard. Watch plane. Left rear, left rear, left rear. Go, 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 go. Go to map 5, and I need to 4 or 5 for 2. Kyle Kirk with the night change. Going to front with your bias.
Great job there, buddy. Great job. Take it on the way here. And have front of the wheel. So, Otto, you, Kerfoot, Reed, and Palou. Great job.